I just needed a do-over. Good morning, everybody. This morning I'm going to be trying to do a little bit of a review of this truck. If you notice, we're in my brand new truck. And I put around 1,000 miles on this thing already. So I figured now is a good time to do a review, because I've had a lot of seat time in it already. And just seems like now is a good time to do it. I see a yellow sign up here, which tends to mean yard sale, but this is a senior citizen community, so it's probably not going to have computers and stuff. And it does not. I see a guitar amp. I don't really have a use for a guitar amp. And I don't know how quickly I can make money off of a guitar amp. I'm not quite the reseller that somebody like Madame Roy is. And, yeah. If I see an opportunity to make money, I do. Trying to let these windows defog, but I hate heat. And, by the way, so what's it like to drive this truck? Well, as you can see, it's pretty quiet inside. I got the heater going, trying to defog the windows. And as you can see behind me, I had the rear window defogger on, which also activates the heaters in the mirrors. I can't demonstrate that at the moment, but in this little bit of time, the mirrors have, defogged, which is absolutely great. So, it's pretty quiet going down the road. I got the sun behind me. I apologize. There's really nothing I can do about that, other than doing that, which then has my hand in the way. Alright, so as you can hear, this thing's got plenty of power. I think it's rated at 355 horsepower. If I run it on E85, it's 385 horsepower. However, we don't have E85 in this area, and we don't have E85 in this area, and even though E85 is cheaper in price per gallon, it's you get about 20% less fuel economy. So I don't think it really works out that way, because it's not 20% cheaper. So it would actually end up costing you more money in the long run. Just like when somebody has a car and they calls for premium fuel, and say with premium fuel it gets 24 miles to the gallon, but if you put regular in it gets 12. You're not saving any money by putting regular in it, plus you're raising your maintenance costs. So I still stick with mid-grade like I did in the other trucks. And I noticed a little bit of a performance boost by running mid-grade, but I didn't really lose any fuel economy. So I'm going to stick with that. I mean, I might be getting like 1 to 2% worse fuel economy with Plus, but I like that extra performance boost that I feel like I'm getting. And so this has a few cool things, and I'm on my way to a gas station, which is my favorite gas station, and I'm going to be going to a junkyard. I'm going to try to film as much as I can before I go to the junkyard, because I'm going to need to use my phone, and I'm going to show you why once I hook my phone up. But because I learned a few things about this that are really cool. So the fuel economy wise, I've been averaging about 15, because my daily commute is pretty rough. It's a short trip but it can take you 15 minutes to go half a mile. So, like sometimes on my way home, like if I don't hit any traffic, my trip home is about 9 minutes. If I hit traffic, it can be a half hour, which is just the nature of Delaware and everybody trying to go to New Jersey. So sometimes it really sucks living on this line where I live, which is the New Jersey-Delaware line. You know what's funny is I'm going through the toll booths right now, and they recently shut down half these toll booths just to paint the concrete, make it all nice and pretty. And there's already all kinds of tire marks and scrape marks and where people have hit them already. But so fuel economy, I'm actually pleased with. Like when I went down, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I went down to Mount Airy from Maryland, and I hit a lot of heavy traffic. But on the highway, this thing was averaging in the 20s, and my combined average was about 17.8 out of a four-door, four-wheel drive truck. Now, I did not buy a four-door, four-wheel drive truck thinking about fuel economy. If you're thinking about fuel economy, you buy something like a Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, even a Camry, you don't buy a four-door, four-wheel drive truck. And, no, right now I even have my camera plugged into the 120 volt power outlet in here to charge my camera, which I'll be using in a few minutes. As far as like the ride goes, I'm very pleased with the ride. The ride quality is a little rougher than my Envoy was. It's very truck-like, whereas the Envoy was very car-like. And but it's a lot nicer riding than the S10 I had. There's certain things that, like, certain bumps are a little bit rougher in this than the Envoy, but I'm okay. I personally am a fan of the way trucks ride, because I've owned mostly trucks throughout my life. I'm over 4,000 miles on this already. So I definitely, like I said, I've seen a lot of seat time, and I'm just about to that gas station. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I really want to talk about before I do that? I have some plans of what I want to demonstrate in the quote-unquote review. And there's a nice empty parking lot where I can start to do some of this. I'm going to do some of this on the road and some of it not on the road. I do get a lot of compliments on it, mainly the color. Oh my god, I do love the color of this truck though. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video for now. And then, why do people go to the middle pump unless there were people on both sides? So, the fill up on it the last time, I have, through one of the grocery stores, they give you these points when you buy from them. And, when I got gas for the first time, I had a rewards of 80 cents off per gallon, which took it from like $3.30 something down to like whatever 80 cents less was. I don't remember. There's actually... So, I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with gas. I'm going to go over to this empty parking lot, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Yeah, one thing that this has, while it's filling, one thing that this has I'm not a huge fan of is the Capless fuel system, where or it's just got a little flap that you just stick the nozzle through, and when you pull it out, it's supposed to seal. The only reason I know the failure rate is not high on them, but, oh crap, I did not mean to do that. Go back to autofocus. There was something on the screen, and, The failure rate's actually rather low on them, but when they do fail, you pretty much have to drop the tank and replace the whole filler neck assembly. You can't just replace the gas cap, like say your gas cap breaks, or when they pressurize, when they do the test at inspection, they don't. That's the word I'm thinking of here. They don't. You can't just replace a cap. Rather than a $10 cap, now you've got $10 to $15 cap, depending on the car. Now you have a whole filler neck assembly, plus you got to drop the tank in most cases. Oh shoot, it's done. Give me 1 second. I meant to be recording while I was coming over here, but I forgot. I mean, it was literally just a 20-second ride, but anyway, $43 to fill this up from just a hair under half a tank. I mean, like the thickness of the needle. So it's definitely it's only a 26-gallon tank, but it's definitely cost me more to fill than the Envoy. Yeah. Anyway, like it's showing a 356-mile range right now for the fuel range, but I'm gonna switch cameras for a second. I'm at the junkyard. I'm actually finished. I'm actually at my car right now, at my truck. So I did manage to find stuff I needed for my mom's car, a mirror, and a grill. I believe that's almost a perfect match for the color of her mirror. I sure hope so. Let me put one of these tools back. So what I do, my little kit, this kit is almost perfect for pulling small stuff from the junkyard. It doesn't have the 1/4 inch handle. So I pull that out of my bigger kit before I go into the junkyard, that way in case I need it, which in this case I did need it. So, and then that can go underneath the seat where it's supposed to be. So I got the parts for my mom's car. I think she's going to be happy that I got these. Apparently some kid was playing next to her car and knocked it in the mirror, and she chose not to pursue anything. So, but the grill, I don't know what happened. She said she went somewhere, it was there, came back out, and it wasn't. So somebody might have stole it. It might have fell off. Who knows? It's a 16-year-old car. So anyway, I'll get back to you in a little bit. I was really hoping I had an SD card in here. So as you can see, I'm 4,078 miles. It's showing a 356-mile remaining fuel thing. My oil life is at 76%. It shows my tire pressures. But this is the screen I usually leave it on. It shows me where... It kind of keeps me knowing where my fuel economy is. So this is a screen I was playing with yesterday. So I really feel bad because I can't keep this as stable as I'd like to. But what's funny is it'll show you which wheel is getting less grips, and it'll also show you how many degrees your wheel is turned. But it'll like if I put it in 4-wheel drive, that's the headlight switch. So now it shows that power's going to all 4 wheels. And then if I have a tire that's slipping, it'll show you that it'll take power away from that and put it to another wheel. That's pretty cool. It's very Subaru-esque that way. And I'm going to sit the camera down. And actually, that might work out pretty good. You can see the radio screen, kind of. I need a car tripod. I need some sort of tripod for the car. So, I'm going to take my phone and plug it in. Big whoop, right? So, it shows So I hit the home button, and I hit Android Auto. This is a lot of stuff it took me a while to figure out. So I hit the Maps button. Now, I plan to go to Crazy Ray's how do I get to apostrophe on here? Anyway, Hawkins Point Road. That's the only one I have not been to yet. But I think it knows that I looked that up last time. So, it's going to take me an hour and 13 minutes. I don't think you can see all that. But here, now you can. So now, all I have to do is I have to hit that. And it's going to show me how to get there from here. And now, say I want to listen to music, because I absolutely do. Now I hit that button. Again, like I said in the other video, no matter what I play, somebody's going to complain, so bite me. And now music's going, maps go. I suppose I could have chosen a song that didn't just say, well, what that said. So, anyway. Yeah, I'm at what used to be a Save-A-Lot. My family actually used to shop here a lot. Now they moved about a mile up the road to a better location. But yeah, so I'm probably going to choose different music, but you know, sometimes, you know, depending on your mood, you might like something a little bit different. So, as you see, like, even the AC system's quiet. What else? You know what, since I'm already here, I already showed you the engine last time. I might do that again later. And let me show you something here. When I said that I tried out the four-wheel drive, I was actually kind of serious. And I don't yet know how much of that I'm going to have to edit out. But yeah, like I said, I was actually serious. I did take it off-road yesterday. I had a little bit of fun with it. However, by fun, if you notice, there's a fine line right here. That's where they did something called resistol, which is to prevent rust and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's going to work or not, but turns out these tires are not actually what's supposed to be on here. It's supposed to have something that's a little bit more of a wimpy tire. And I'm okay with that. I would much rather have a better, higher performant tire. When it comes to like snow and stuff like that. So, I learned a few things. This is an LT model, which is not a Z or a Z71, depending on where you're from. The Z71, all that means is it has different shocks and a skid plate underneath. Like a full metal skid plate. But somehow that justifies a $10,000 price difference. So, the four-wheel drive system's the same. You know, even the controls right here next to my headlight switch. Which I'm used to them being down here on the Envoy. Which right there is where my camera charger was plugged in. Then, where was I going with this? Yeah, it has, everything is exactly the same, except those two things. You know, a couple $100 in shocks, and a couple $100 skid plate. I could understand adding like $2,000 to the truck maybe. But 10 grand? Nah. So, it has the same axles, the same differentials, and the same transfer case. So, big whoop. I actually really like this because the Z71 shocks, from what I've seen in the past, definitely ride a lot rougher, so. Anyway, I'm going to start heading to the junkyard, and I will get back to you guys in a little bit. So the astute among you might notice, hey, looks like your truck was washed halfway through this video. You're not wrong. It was. Actually, I ended up doing quite a bit off-roading yesterday. I did some more, but here's what I was talking about. You can see it better here. Maybe. Notice how this is like more textured than the paint. That's the protectant stuff. So there's a couple things I wanted to talk about, but I never got around to. So you might ask yourself, Eric, you seem to really, really like this truck. Is there anything you don't like? Yeah, there actually is. A little bit. For one, the wiper blades have a proprietary mount, which means you can't just go buy any off-the-shelf cheap wiper blade. Not that I usually do anyway, but I don't like proprietary stuff. You should know that since I'm not an Apple fanboy. But the other thing is this is what is known as a gasoline and GDI engine, which is gasoline direct injection, which means in the prior generations of these engines, and most engines for that matter, the fuel is injected directly into the intake manifold. Like what they call port injection is where it's directed right into the intake port where it's going into the cylinder. That has a few benefits and a few downfalls. One of the downfalls is it's about 20% less efficient as far as fuel economy. But one of the benefits is it cleans the intake valve while the engine's running. The gasoline direct injection, the fuel goes directly into the cylinder, usually through the head. Well, actually, it is entirely through the head. And that creates more power and better fuel economy, but you can't clean the intake valves, and a lot of these engines end up with a lot of carbon and other deposits build up on the intake, which also, on the intake valves, actually on both valves. The other thing is because of that, there is no cleaning effect. What a lot of people will do, because if you notice, this has a, the PCV system goes directly from the cylinder head. I'm hoping I can see this because I'm holding the camera in my left hand. And then goes into the intake. Man, these bars are hot. So your throttle body also builds up a lot of oil and a lot of carbon. So you generally need to clean them from time to time. That's that's not a bad thing. I've done that I did that a few times on the Envoy, and yeah, it definitely helped with the fuel economy. Wonder why this has a. It's probably because this has the battery right above it in case you are jump starting it or jump starting something else. That might be what that's about. So what a lot of people will do is between here on both sides is they'll put an oil catch can, because you get a little vaporized oil that goes into the engine. That way, and the catch can will catch that, and then you just kind of drain it out when you do an oil change or something like that. It's not, and that way you don't get that buildup on the throttle body and on the inside of the intake. So yesterday I put a grand total of right around 275 miles on this, and with that I averaged about 17.8 miles to the gallon. I'd have to look at the screenshot I took, because we went and got gas in it afterwards. Couple things I don't like is, like, there's the radiator, and you really have like no access to it. You can only get to the coolant up here. Washer fluids over here. I looked at doing a few maintenance items to this, and it is not going to be an expensive vehicle to maintain long term, I don't think. And but I think it's going to serve me pretty well for a long time.
Like air filters are inexpensive. This takes 9 or 8 quarts of 0W20 full synthetic dextrose oil, and obviously if you figure they're like $9.69 a quart, so just add that or round that up to $10 a quart, for tax depending on where you're at. So $10 a quart plus a filter, you're looking at about $100 for an oil change. The dealer wants $60 to do an oil change. So as much as I like doing my own maintenance, I think it's better to spend $40 less and have the dealer do it. Looks like it's going to be hard to get to certain things like the headlights. Actually, no, the headlights are right there. That's actually pretty easy. Doing a belt is going to involve taking the air intake off. Spark plugs look relatively easy to do, along with the wires. You might have to pop this shroud off to do the wires. They recommend doing the spark plugs at 156,000 miles. I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm gonna definitely check them before it gets that far. More likes. Again, one of the things I like about this truck, and I'm doing this under here because the sun is right there. The sun editor. Wait, that's me. Yeah, my brain just stopped on me. One of the things I was talking with a coworker about that I really like about this truck is this seems to be a good mix of loaded. Like but it's not too loaded and it's not too base model. It has, the nicer wheels, and they put better tires on it, I guess, since it was a demo truck. It's the 4-door. Now bear in mind I still have some stuff in there. Hey, who's that ugly guy? But I have like no rear AC controls. I have no nothing in the back for navigation for like DVD entertainment or anything like that. I just noticed that this has these pockets here. In case you're wondering how much I do like this Ryobi stuff, I do carry the inflator with me. It has, because it's got a dark black interior, it's not going to show grease and grime as much, since I do some stuff. Again, like I said, the tires. These, I don't find these to be very useful, but I would definitely find side steps useful, because I do. Another dislike is that I have to climb up into it. One of the things I do like, it has the soft close or soft open tailgate, so it doesn't just slam, and it also, because of that system, it's easy to put the tailgate up, because that is a heavy tailgate. I think I discussed one of the things I don't like is the capless fuel system, but that's just a minor gripe. I mean, but yeah, some side steps will definitely help. I've already looked into, once my Chevrolet points are available, they will be installing a factory GM bed liner in this, and I'm ordering a nice, well, it might not even be all that nice, it's an inexpensive one, but a tonneau cover for right now until I decide how I want to go about it. I like that it is pre-wired for 7-pin and 4-pin, but what I did not know I didn't like this until when they did this resistol stuff. I had a loaner truck, and on the loaner truck, it had trailer brake controls right here, which this does not. It's pre-wired. Hold on, let me go over to the other side. Sorry, and if you've watched my videos long enough, you know I'm mildly ADHD. So they actually gave me in the vehicle. Oh, that's the if you ever have to use like a gas can or something, it's a little funnel for your But they gave me the harness that I can hook up a trailer brake controller, which means I'm going to have to drill into down there somewhere to put it. Not the biggest deal in the world ever, but yeah, I think I mentioned this before. I'm using the one of the other things I noticed, I always keep my cable plugged in here. There's 2 USB ports in here and the aux jack, and there's a storage unit underneath it here. And well, let's see if I can do this. There, you can lock that one too, which shoot, I know some people are going to go, use a tripod, but I can't really use a tripod for this kind of video. I don't like these style keys, but they're okay. It does work. You just saw that I got the glove box here. I have here where there's a, I think the white means this is the one that's compatible with Apple CarPlay. I don't know if the other two are, but they are completely compatible with Android Auto. So there's storage there. Got a little bit of storage here. These door panels, since the others, actually all 4 are pretty much the same. Got a little bit of storage here. You can put cups here. More storage here. Underneath the seat there's storage. I got my kid a bunch of toys at the thrift store. I have these to put on here. These do not fold forward. I do not know of a way to make them fold forward. Other than like actually taking them out. But they do move up when you pull the seat bottom up. Yeah, like I said, these are exactly the same as the fronts. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's the same panel. So, that looks like, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It's hard to say on a little screen. It looks like a 7443 bulb for the brake and tail light. And then looks like a 7440 for the reverse light. It came pre-equipped with the trailer hitch. The thing's supposed to tow up to like 11,000 pounds. I don't know if I would do that with a half ton. And I've already discussed that the big difference, or the primary difference between the Z71 and just a 4-wheel drive is the shocks. One comes with factory Rancho shocks, the other one does not. And there's my camper, by the way, if you were wondering where we were. She's ready for the winter, I guess. But, oh, excuse me. But, I think, is there anything else I want to talk about? Actually, there is. I mentioned I don't have rear climate control. Yeah, I don't remember what it was yesterday, but today it's 4,373 miles. I'm gonna need to be quick. Oh, sorry. Gonna be quick to turn down the radio so I don't get a. So here's the climate control system. It does have dual zone. I usually keep it set at 68 auto. So, and then there's also one over here that says sync. And I was trying my hardest. I'm like, why can't I get this to unsync? Because what I can do is now turn the passenger side up to 72 and the driver's side remains at 68. Or I can hit sync. Let it do that. It has traction control, which you can turn it on and off. This is for the rear bed light. Let's see here. You know, you have your normal controls. Like sometimes in the morning I have to hit it to top vent and then turn it up a little bit warmer. The radio has been. I like the radio. Let's see. Well, it does have HD tuning. Like if I go to 93.3, you'll see It'll select HD1, and now it says MMR.
The lawnmowers.
And it does. I will say there is a big difference between the HD tuner and the non-HD tuner. Yeah, we were talking about storage earlier. Got sunglass storage up here. Let the auto whatever. It's got a basic rocker switch for the lights. You need to have them on, all of them on. All of them set to door, all of them off. Four-wheel drive system, I kind of showed you that yesterday. See, instead of having the trailer brake controller, I have this. Now, I thought about going to the junkyard and looking for a trailer brake controller. And turns out, in my research, you're going to need a whole bunch of stuff to make that work. And it'd end up being a couple $100, so it's not really worth it. I don't know if I mentioned in my first one, it's got speakers up here, which actually I think they're like 2 3/4 inch speaker, which is kind of a mid-range but mostly a tweeter. And then it's got the ones in the doors, and the ones in the rear doors don't seem to do much at all. So I'm not good at car reviews, which is why I've never really done one. So let me know what you think of this car review. One of the things about this, I haven't really tested this yet, so I don't know if I want to say anything or not. So that one of the ways you can keep it from going into the active fuel management, which is where it shuts off 4 cylinders, is to put it in tow haul mode, which basically you lose your second overdrive. So there's that. And then you also have, you put it in low and you can shift what gear you want by doing that, but it's not my thing. Got power heated mirrors. There's the controls down there. When you hit the rear defogger, the heater part kicks on. When you put it in gear, it locks all the doors. Apparently you can only do either both rear doors or not, but if you listen to the relays click, that's the rear child safety lock. Actually, it might even do that one. And then you can shut off anybody else using their mirrors. You got your normal power window controls. AC works really nice. I got these guys here. There's Bluetooth microphone. It's actually, the setup's actually pretty decent. Like when you are on the phone, most people don't even realize you're on the phone with them, or in the truck, so that's pretty good. They told me to bring it in at 5,000 miles, but I have the sticker up here saying 8,000, so I'm going to do the 5,000. I should be getting my new tags this week, so... oh yeah, got more little storage down here. I guess technically that could be an ashtray. Power jack there for 12 volt. There's another power jack back here behind the console. Is there another jack? Yeah, there's a third jack. Hopefully right there. Hopefully the battery don't disconnect since I was holding it by the battery. And then you got whatever this storage is here, along with 3 cup holders. So that is a big dash too. And then you use these buttons here to scroll through the dash. If I go here, I can select 25 miles, 400 miles, 50 miles, or reset the best score. I can go back, and there's even more menus to go through. This is the cruise control. There's 2 buttons on this side. That is going through your stations, and then the other way is volume, which, dang, it's a shame that's I'm filming, because that's a good song. It'll usually give you the give you what song's playing. So anyway, I think the sun is freaking out my camera. You got your S-word handles here, and one in the back. You got another one up there. That definitely helps for getting up there. There's another, and the back even has handles like those, but yet the driver doesn't get one. I'm offended. Who cares? Who cares if I'm offended? But yeah, so this has, oh shit. Yeah, this has OnStar. I don't know if that's gonna, yeah, this has OnStar, but I'm not really planning on using it. So you can, I can show texting. I don't know if I want to. Oh yeah, I think I have mine set to not do that. But I can go into here to settings, set everything. What does valet mode do? I don't know what that... Anyway, rear seat reminder, you can turn that on or off. What that is, believe it or not, there are people in this country that are so dumb, they leave their kids in the back of the car. So what they do is they have this rear seat reminder, so you can, it'll tell you to, wait, what was that? Teen driver, what does that do? The custom, oh wow. Yeah, I'm not doing any of that. Radio, vehicle, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay. What does vehicle do? Climate control, climate and air quality. Yeah, whatever. I've never actually really went through this. But, go light in, comfort and convenience, power door locks, remote lock. Go into the radio, Apple CarPlay, Android Voice. Yeah, so that's, I need to check to see if there's an update for this. But yeah, and then you just go to radio, or if I was listening to, I could go to my Galaxy S8 and play whatever's on that. So, anyway, I think I'm pretty much done. I don't really have a whole heck of a lot more to talk about. So, I'm going to piece this in somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I'll figure it out. So, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.